Good damn afternoon, Americans. Jericho Green here with you once again. I want to touch on a couple things. Number one, Pelosi losing what little money she has on CNN and the Trump townhall / witch hunt / attack that took place yesterday. So the other day, David Lopan was on CNN with Wolf Blitzer. You would think that that is a safe space for her. You would think that her feathers would not be ruffled as old and gray as they are. That's a place where she doesn't have to worry. Leave your defenses at home. You won't need them. And I think even after this interview or whatever this was, I still think that's the case for any of them. It's just that she is so desperate and she sees the writing on the wall that she's getting a little agitated. So he's basically asking her, where is the stimulus money? People need their money. What is up with you guys playing partisan politics? What is up with you guys not focusing on the American people who need the money? And she's basically telling them, don't tell me, we know they need the money. I see the poor people. She asked them at the end, do you feed the poor people? We feed them. Whatever the fuck that means. So, and he's not grilling her. He's not being aggressive. He's just saying, look, people need their money. And you guys aren't giving it to him. He says, I run into people on the street telling me they need their money. I hear it all the time on social media, in life. People need the money. When you take people's livelihood away, you have to replace it with something. Remember that scene from Indiana Jones, Raiders of the Lost Ark? In the beginning, he steals that golden head, or whatever that little statue is. And when he takes the golden head, he replaces it with a bag of sand, which he thinks is of equal weight as to not set off the booby traps. So if you're going to take the golden statue from us, you need to replace it with something. And they're not doing that. Why? 3 letters. T, D, and S. Trump derangement syndrome. I keep trying to tell you guys. They've even said it. They've told us out of their own disgusting, lying, fork-tongued mouths. Job number 1, priority number 1, directive number 1 is to get Trump out of office. We need to start believing these people because they're telling us what they are. Our livelihood, our happiness, our opportunity is not number 1 to them. Getting the guy that we wanted in there, out of there, is. So basically they're telling us, fuck you. We are focused on what we want for us because Trump is a threat to their power. He's a threat to their very existence. So he's telling her, look, what is going on? You guys need to get your shit together and give these people their money. And she's asking him, why are you and some of your other colleagues apologists for the Republicans? Like, what the fuck? Well, how come you guys aren't drinking the Kool-Aid as we serve it to you and going in lockstep with what we tell you? Why are you going against our directives? We thought this was a safe space for us. We thought we could be as corrupt as we wanted to without being challenged on this station. She's not getting it. It's not computing. That does not compute. She's not getting it. Because she was at the meeting along with everybody else. She was at the meeting when they decided to start fucking this country up. Pelosi, Schumer, when they get together, I like to call them Shalosi. They were there. All the other crooks were there. And Nancy was sitting there presiding over the meeting to start the downfall of this country. Everybody was there. The crooked politicians, the mainstream mediocres were there, academia, entertainment. Nancy probably got up there like, order, order. Listen up, guys. This is the one and only way we will destroy the fabric of this nation and cement our power forever. Mainstream media, here's what I need you guys to do. You guys need to push this false narrative and make people think that they're seeing what they're not seeing. If they're seeing rain, we need to convince them that it's sunshine. We need to convince them that this country is racist. It's ran by a racist. And because the color of your skin, you're either in charge and you're a tyrant, or you're underneath said tyrant's boot and you just can't wiggle out because of shit that happened years ago. Despite what they're seeing, despite the people they run into who are white, who are not racist, despite the crime and destruction they see in their neighborhoods, despite their cities being overrun and them being pushed aside by and for illegals. Never mind what you see, this is what you need to believe. Mainstream media, that's your job. Go! Academia, pay attention. Move your salt and pepper colored ponytail and your Hawaiian shirt out of the way and poison the minds of the youth. Make them think that the country they grow up in or growing up in is evil and racist. And they need to tear it on down. All right? But feelings above facts. Remember that, academia. Feeling above facts. Go. Entertainment. Hey, Hollywood. Stop looking at those damn kids. Pay attention, man. We're trying to destroy the youth here and ruin this country. You didn't hear me start with that? Now here's what I need you guys to do. You guys are in charge of the deception. You need to start making people think that things that are unusual and fucking weird are not. We need to start poisoning the children's mind and weaving in our web of lies in their entertainment. Tell them that boys are girls and girls are boys and up is now down. All right? Start making people think that this country is terrible. You need to get it in there with their sports, their movies, the TV shows. Subtle. Death by 1,000 cuts. Hey, entertainment, damn it. You can get to the kids in a second, Hollywood. Calm down. Don't you worry, if this goes as planned, they're going to be serving you kids on a silver platter because pedophilia will no longer be sick, disgusting, and fucked up and punishable by death. You got that, Hollywood? Now go. So when you're at that meeting and you put all these plans in place and everything seems to be clicking along, when you go to one of these places and they don't lay down and let you be a corrupt piece of shit without challenging you, it makes the wires in your head start to misfire. What? This is CNN. Why are you asking me hard-hitting questions? Why are you sticking up for the American people? You're not supposed to do that. You're a journalist. Journalists, remember them? So when she gets in a place like that where she thinks this is not supposed to be happening, and it does, she gets a little upset. Check it out. She got all pissed off. You know she wanted to say, Wolf, man, fuck you. And I wish she did. Because that would be the first piece of human emotion she's ever shown. Fucking Dudley Moore stunt double. Anyway, so on to the town hall, or as I like to call it, the televised attack on the president. So Savannah Guthrie, pretty much, she's a bitch. Because she starts off just attacking him. And Trump even mentions, oh, you weren't asking Joe this shit. Of course, they brought it this stupid fucking dead horse called denouncing white supremacy. How many fucking times does this man need to do that? He should never, ever do it again. And he told her, he was like, you know what? I've been doing that for years. What's the next question? That's exactly the way he should handle that shit. That is stupid, it is senseless, and it's a waste of our time. Next! But basically, that's how she came across, as a bitch. She wasn't there to inform, she was there to attack. And she started attacking him on the mask. Well, sir, you weren't wearing a mask here and there in his picture from your event. Nobody was wearing masks, and they tell us we should wear masks. He says, well, shit. Half the people telling you to wear the mask. The other day, CDC comes out and tells you that 85% of people who wear them still got the shit. Hold up. Now, we know people are fucked up, but numbers aren't. So, fellas, let's say every woman in the world had an STD. And they're telling you, man, you gotta wear a condom. If you don't wear a condom, you're gonna get something that's gonna make your dick fall off. It's gonna look like that scene from, what was that, Planet Terror or whatever? Remember the movies that came up, Grindhouse or whatever? The dude, they got like hit with some toxic chemical and the dude's balls fell off like slime. They just kind of oozed off. So if they told you that's what's going to happen if you don't wear a condom, you wear a condom, right? But if it turns out that 85% of people, of dudes who wore condoms still got an STD, well, what's the fucking point of the condom? Either way, my dick still looks like red cauliflower. So the condom doesn't matter. Now, if they want to make it to where in public places you can wear a mask if you like to, fine. To be honest, masks and gloves in food service, that shit needs to stay. After all this sweet and sour sniffles bullshit is gone, after that wave has crested, that needs to be some of the residue that's left over. The more of a barrier between me and who's making the food, I'm okay with that. But he's saying, look, some people are telling you this, some people are telling you that. He's like, I wear my mask sometimes. But on the debate, they're wearing the fucking mask and then they walk over to their podiums and take the mask off. Or you got Biden is pervertus, sniffer of the young, taking his mask down to cough. You got Pelosi, that mush-mouth, perma-drunk, fucking liver-spotted demon with her mask down here the whole time talking. Every time her lips are moving, the mask is like this with her fucking nose sticking out. So which one is it? But she was on the attack from the beginning. And she's like, I think she asked him about that QAnon shit. And he was like, well, I don't know anything about it. She's all, yeah, you do. I just told you. And he said, just because you told me doesn't mean it's a fact. That's right. The mainstream mediocres. Just because they say it does not make it true. And apparently Trump's dealt with this lady before, because a couple times he was like, I know you. I knew you were going to say that. And he busted out some facts on her. And about that QAnon shit, I've heard of it, but I haven't actually read about it. I don't know a lot about it, but they are definitely Trump backers. So she's telling him about it, and she's like, yeah, they're this group that says that in the Democratic Party that they're a satanic group of perverts, basically a satanic group of pedophiles. And I don't doubt that about some of them. Whether they all are or not, that remains to be seen. But that could be said for either side of the political aisle. I'm sure there's some disgusting, need to be thrown into a wood chipper Republican perverts as well. But he says the one thing I do know about him, he says, I haven't read about him, but I've been told. He said, one thing I do know about him is they're against pedophiles. He said, I like that. Can we not all agree on that? Do we not all agree that pedophiles are disgusting and they need to be put down like the rabid beasts they are? A horse twists his ankle back in the day, they blow its fucking brains out. Let your dog come home foaming at the mouth like Old Yeller, his ass is getting shot. But we have people who steal the innocence from children, fuck their lives up and their families forever. And we don't want to kill them? We don't want to treat them like a frog and boil them slowly? Huh? If we can't all agree on that, this society is fucked. There is no hope for us if we can't agree on preserving the innocence of children and destroying those who see it otherwise. That's not too far-fetched, is it? And another thing, last thing I want to talk about, is when she's up there bringing back this stupid denounce white supremacy shit. He said, I don't hear you asking me to denounce Antifa. I didn't hear you asking Joe Biden to denounce Antifa. That's on the other end. Actually, that's not even on the other end of the spectrum from the KKK. That's the new KKK. KKK, the Klan, that's the old snake. They've shed their skin. The Klan is the old skin that's dead. The new snake is Antifa. So why did you ask Biden is pervertus to denounce those fuckers? Those little soft handshake, basement-dwelling pussies who push the women to the front line to fight. Destroying this country, literally and figuratively. How come you don't have us denounce them? Because they work for you. They were at that meeting too. Come on, November 3rd. Oh, and speaking of November 3rd, I posted a video on my YouTube page on the community and on my Facebook page of me filling out my ballot that I got in the mail. But I'm not putting it in the mail. I'm not falling for the banana in the tailpipe. We see what happens to ballots, don't we? And anytime the left is telling you to do something, you better do the opposite. Even if they say don't drink your own piss, you better get a glass and start chugging. So I put up a video of me filling out my ballot, but just so you know, there were some questions. I didn't drop it in the mail, obviously. My wife took it to City Hall and dropped it in the box there. So it is safely on its way to ensure another 4 years of American prosperity, because that's why everybody comes here. That's why you're happy to be here. That's why they find bodies in the ocean, in the desert, because people are trying to come here and get a little piece of that American opportunity. So, I'm all done. I'm about to head home with my beautiful wife and kids. But you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe. Hit that notification bell, because every time it rings, a piece of shit liberal cries. Get your Jericho Green notification tone. Link in the description box. Utilize the PayPal link and the Teespring link to get your green gear. I am Jericho Green. Man, I'm out.